Folks, the biggest Nintendo Switch 2 leak has surfaced online. We talk about it today, whether it's real or fake. Welcome back to the Mario Matter, your favorite Nintendo podcast, episode 122. I am your host, Nintendo YouTuber EmSwizzle. It's the first episode since the holidays, since Christmas, and is going to be our last episode of 2024, and we are ending it with a freaking bang. What is on today's program, you might ask? First things first, of course, we go over Nintendo news from the past 7 days. We have some Switch 2 rumors, some official release dates for certain Nintendo products. It's good stuff. After that, we dive into the biggest Switch 2 leak of them all. And we break down controversy, we break down rumors, possibly fake images, we talk about it all. If you want to skip there, you can. There are timestamps down below. But after that, I answer your questions you asked me in the question block Q&A segment. Let's go ahead, not delay this any further. Let's go ahead and get to the first segment of the day, the Nintendo News Headlines segment. Let's skedoodle.
Welcome to the Mario Matter, the #1 Nintendo podcast.
But yeah, you guys are gonna have to excuse me because I made the set blue. So, video listeners, this plant is blue, the behind me is blue. Blue is not really a prominent color that this podcast represents, so we usually do the red lights. But, you know, this time of year makes me not blue. I'm not sad. But it just feels blue. Not sad blue. It just, when I think of like almost New Year's time, I think of the color blue. So it felt fitting today. I hope that you won't mind this. But, of course, we have some Nintendo news to discuss. I hope everyone had a happy holiday, by the way. Some good times over here. But our first piece of news to not, delay things further for you, our first piece of news of the post-holiday season has to do with Animal Crossing, which is weird because I thought that game ended in 2021. Well, folks, we do have Animal Crossing Lego. That was introduced this year, 2024, and we have 3 more sets releasing. Now, we know about these sets, these 3 sets being Stargazing with Celeste, Leaf's Caravan and Garden Shop, and the Able Sisters Clothing Shop. We knew that these were turning into Lego sets, but now we have release dates for all of them. Can you guess when? It is actually going to be New Year's Day. So January 1st, these 3 brand new Animal Crossing sets are available. Once again, that is the Stargazing with Celeste set, that is $10. The Leaf's Caravan and Garden Shop, $30, and the Able Sisters Clothing Shop set, which is $40. Now, I like to give my 2 cents. I like to give my input on things. If you're asking me what I would pick up out of these, it obviously depends on your budget, but I would pick up for myself the Able Sisters set because I do have the Nook's Cranny one already, so it would go together. Now we just need a museum set. That would be really great. But we'll see if that happens. Able Sisters set, I would pick up myself. But January 1st, those all come out. Check your Target, check your Walmart, check your Best Buy, check your Amazon, check your Lego.com. Check any of these places and get yourself some Animal Crossing Lego if you do so desire. There are tons already out there right now, so up to you what you want to do there, but pretty much from now until the Q&A segment is all Switch 2 stuff. And listen, guys, a lot of people give me crap. They're like, dude, not every episode has to be Switch 2 focused. Well, it kind of does, because I don't make the news. I don't, I don't start Switch 2 rumors. I just talk about them and give my 2 cents. So, yes, all we have is Switch 2 stuff, but I'll tell you this. It is potentially our most believable Switch 2 stuff. And I feel like I say that a lot, but regardless, our next piece of news is actually a rumor, so it's not news, but we have a rumor, okay? We have a Nintendo Switch 2 rumor. And this rumor we kind of already knew about, but now we have like some pretty decent big confirmation for it. So next piece of news, rumor, Nintendo Switch 2 is rumored to have a microphone. And now, we've heard that rumor. We've talked about this rumor on this podcast, about the possibility of the system having a microphone for, maybe not for Nintendogs, but a game like Nintendogs used microphone abilities back in the DS era. My favorite game of all time, Animal Crossing New Leaf, used the microphone in some cases. Just little fun features like that. Even Mario 3D World on the Wii U, you would blow into the microphone and it would do certain things in the game. It would move a block or, whatever it is, right? Switch 2 is rumored to have a microphone. Now, this piece of information comes from Next Handheld on Twitter. Now, who is Next Handheld? We talked about them last episode with Nathaniel Bandy. Next Handheld is this leaker that has come out of nowhere and claims to have Switch 2 information. They were the ones last episode who said, I will post proof that I have the Switch 2 on Christmas Day. They did that, and that is the main topic of today, coming up in a few minutes here. But Next Handheld, all they did was put out a tweet saying, yes, there is a mic, obviously referring to the Switch 2. And if we can trust this person, the Switch 2 will have a microphone, according to them. Now, I'll tell you this. I believe this rumor, and the reason is, I kind of told you it. We've had leaks from months ago saying that the Switch 2 would have a microphone. Now we're getting this credible leaker saying that it'll have a microphone. We got, do you guys remember I can't talk. Do you guys remember Puro, the Red Bird leaker, who was leaking whole Nintendo Directs and everything? He didn't say this, I don't think, but he said that his information pretty much, most of it lines up with what this Next Handheld guy is saying. So I'm not saying that Puro is saying that, but he gives this guy some creds, So Switch 2 microphone is probably a pretty freaking safe bet. I would say that. I wouldn't be surprised if, Switch 2 comes around, you got a mic on the thing, and I don't know, the tech demo at launch, 3.4 Switch, uses the microphone in some way. I wouldn't be surprised, okay? But rumor, let me know down below if you are listening on a platform that can leave comments, if you believe this or not. Or if you're on Apple, you can't leave comments on Apple Podcasts, I don't think, but leave us a 5-star review and tell me in your review if you think so. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Only if you want to. Thank you very much. But after that, one more rumor before the big Nintendo Switch 2 news. And this is kind of a weird one. It's kind of a weird one. It doesn't actually fully affect us, but it is good to note. And if this does come true, we got to start paying more attention to whoever reported this, okay? The next rumor is Pharrell Williams. His company, of course, musician, his company is reportedly producing the music for the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer, which involves Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, hold on. Take a deep breath. Everyone, take a deep breath, okay? You probably have questions for me. Max, how does this affect us? Why do we care? Listen, I don't quite know, but this is interesting. It's interesting because, as I said, if this is true, we got to start watching whoever said that because they know something that we don't. So I saw this rumor by an account called Central Leaks on Twitter. They have been covering the whole Switch 2 leak situation. Of course, Leaks is in their Twitter name, so I would hope that they're covering all of this. They put this out, and they linked it to a Family Boards thread. Now, Family Boards is a big forum about Nintendo, and people wrote this on the forum. However, I can't credit who actually leaked this information because I couldn't find out. I went to the Family Boards thing, and it I think it told me these messages are hidden, create an account to see the messages. And bro, I'm not doing that. I don't know. So like, I couldn't see who reported it, but credit to you. I saw some people saying that it'd be funny if they had recruited Sabrina Carpenter to make some sort of music or use some sort of song for this trailer, just based on the fact that she has that one song where she says, switch it up like Nintendo. Is that what she said? I mean, I've heard she's a Nintendo fan. There's that video of Central C and her like using a 3DS. I mean, I guess she's a fan. It would be a good fit. And honestly, you know, I didn't work for Nintendo marketing, but that sounds like something that they would do. They would get Sabrina Carpenter to make music for the trailer because she dropped Nintendo in one song. That would be pretty sick. I mean, we'll have to see. I will say, if that does happen, that is bad news for me. That is bad news for your favorite Nintendo YouTuber. If it's not me. If it is me, then it's bad news for me. It's bad news for any Nintendo YouTubers because when we watch this, when we react to this trailer, all of our reactions will get copyrighted. We will make no money. So that'll suck. But do I mute the trailer when it comes on so I can still make money off of it? I don't know. I don't want to sound money hungry, but would get a lot of views. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully, whatever music is not copyrighted, and hopefully, maybe I can record a version where there is no music and just upload that later. I don't know. I'll have to see. Switch to reveal trailer shenanigans. We'll see what happens then. But that is our final rumor of the day until our next segment, folks. Our next segment is the spice. Our next segment is the controversy. Our next segment is what you've been waiting for. Our next segment is possibly the biggest Nintendo Switch 2 leak of all time. And I feel like I've said that before. But this is like the biggest. I mean, like, this is the biggest. There's no debate. However, some people are saying it's fake. What am I talking about? Let's go ahead and dive headfirst into this whole Nintendo Switch leak debacle where we might have our first look at the actual system in someone's hands. Let's go. Okay, so this has been a developing story for the last couple of weeks, and there might be some people listening who have never heard one bit of this story. There might be someone listening who has heard every single ounce of the story. Regardless, I will break down everything in chronological order here about what has happened with these Nintendo Switch 2 leaks. I might leave out some parts because they aren't super significant, but I'll give you what you need to know. So, a couple weeks ago, on Reddit, we got a post from a user named Next Handheld. We will refer to them a lot of times in this story, in this rumor that is circulating online. Next Handheld makes a post saying that they have the Nintendo Switch 2 in hands, and they will post proof on Christmas Day. And why do we believe them? This was on, I believe, a Switch 2 subreddit, and a lot of those moderators who, moderate for that subreddit, if they see a sketchy looking Switch 2 leak, they're gonna need proof or something, or they'll take you down and nobody will see your leak, your rumor at all. So, Next Handheld sent proof of what they have to one of the moderators, and therefore the moderator said, all right, he has proof, keep his rumor up, he is legit. So, because of that, we all start believing Next Handheld's rumor, and we're all wondering what kind of proof he has. So, he says he'll post proof on Christmas Day. Fast forward to Christmas Day is when we get our next major development. Next Handheld on Reddit and on Twitter posts what I'm going to show you on screen. Now, audio listeners, I sincerely apologize, but there's no way for me to translate photo to audio. I'll try my best, but you might want to check out the video version of this podcast on YouTube. Link down below. They post this tweet and wishing us a happy holiday, and they post a picture where we can see a hand holding a black Switch-looking device with no Joy-Cons attached, and they appear to be in a factory of sorts. So this is a bit of a mouthful of an image. Looking at this, what we can see is that the black device they're holding has the Nintendo logo on it on the side where the Joy-Con goes in. We can see the plus button icon, which would seemingly match up with the right Joy-Con. So, when you put the right Joy-Con on, you would line up the plus on the right Joy-Con with the plus on the Switch, lines up like that. You can see a plus icon on the Switch too. And you can also see the U-shaped kickstand, which has been heavily rumored. So, if you're asking me, this looks decently legit, okay? But here's where the cracks begin to form and the holes begin to get poked, okay? So they post this online, and you have some people saying, what are we doing here? So first things first, if you look at this Switch 2 picture here, you can see a couple of things that would not be on a Switch 2 or that look wrong. First things first, the plus button. So how the Switch 2 looks is, how it should be. This is how the Switch 2 should be. On the right side of the Switch 2, where you insert your Joy-Con or you attach your Joy-Con, there should be a plus icon there, like I just said, which shows you, hey, this is where the right Joy-Con goes. Match up the right, the plus icon on your Joy-Con with the plus icon on the Switch, connect the right Joy-Con. It just tells you which side each Joy-Con goes on, as if it wasn't obvious, right? But in this picture that Next Handheld has showed, they have what looks like the plus icon where the left Joy-Con goes, which wouldn't make sense. It's hard to get it if you're not looking at the picture that I'm showing you here. But it looks like the plus icon is where the left Joy-Con would go, which makes no sense because the left Joy-Con has a minus button on it, not a plus. So it wouldn't make sense to put the left Joy-Con where the plus icon is. You would want to line up the minus and minus icon and the plus and plus icon, if that makes any sense. Basically, what it's showing is that the right Joy-Con should go on the left side of the console. That's basically what it looks like. And then also, there is a visible Nintendo logo on this supposed Switch 2 image. That Nintendo logo has been horizontally flipped, and it looks maybe AI generated. There were a lot of people online saying that this photo is totally AI generated. Now, here's what we know. Next Handheld has wanted to be very private about who they are, so that Nintendo cannot find them, cannot track them. So, then people started tampering with the image here, and they horizontally flipped it. And once they did that, this makes so much more sense. So because Next Handheld did not want to be known or seen, they did everything that they could to hide themselves from this image. So first of all, they horizontally flipped the image. So when you mirror the image back to how it originally was taken, everything is normal. The right Joy-Con plus icon is where it should be, if that makes sense. And then also the Nintendo logo is no longer horizontally flipped. If you're watching the video version, this makes so much sense. I'm sorry, audio listeners. But basically, once you horizontally flip the image or mirror the image that Next Handheld posted, everything looks right. It all looks right. Therefore, this looks legit again. Then you have to question the background of this picture. So we see a hand holding the Switch 2, supposedly in a factory. Now, a lot of people are quick to say, AI generated. I don't know if this is AI generated, and it's probably nearly impossible to tell. I saw some people online, using like AI image generator detectors. I don't really believe, like, how can you tell? It's kind of hard to tell. My personal opinion, I don't think that any of the background here is real. I think that the Switch 2 model is real that they're holding, but I think this background is fake just to hide like where this person works or who they are. I think the background is faked to maybe if Nintendo wanted to track down this person, they couldn't because the background is fake. Whatever. The hand here is fake. Everything's fake except for the actual Switch. They're doing that to cover their tracks. Okay, so that is the first picture. What we can take our final intake here is that the Switch 2 looks real. The background is fake. That's picture number one. There was controversy, like, is it fake? Is it real? Who knows? I think the Switch 2 is real in that picture. Background is fake. All right, done. So then this story keeps on developing. And Next Handheld shares a picture of the Nintendo Switch 2 dock, seemingly the back of the dock. Now, we can't take much from this picture because it's the back of the dock. You can't see any like USB-C ports. You can see the little bit where the Switch 2 can slide in. You can see a bit of what looks to be like an air vent maybe, but you can't see much from this picture. We can't break it down too in depth. But then I believe Max Not Cool, who is the moderator that Next Handheld sent proof of the Switch 2 to. So Max Not Cool is a moderator of the Switch 2, I believe, subreddit, and he was the one who said, oh my gosh, he actually has proof. I believe Mac leaked a DM, I believe, with his, of his conversation with Next Handheld. And in that DM, you can see the exact same picture of this Switch dock, but taken on a different, like, table surface. So basically, the original picture that he has and the picture that he posted of the Switch 2 dock are the exact same image of the Switch 2 dock, but have a different surface, like they were taken on a different table. Now, people speculate that the Switch 2 dock was cut out of the original image and put on a different table surface to AI image generate the background of the Switch 2 dock so the Next Handheld can further cover his tracks, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of a whole mouthful, but basically everything looks real, but this person is covering up their tracks by making fake backgrounds. This picture of a Switch 2 dock, though, does look legit. And there's also this picture that I'll put on the screen where I suppose it's the front of the dock and we can see the Nintendo Switch 2 logo where it is it's the Switch logo, but the Joy-Con part has a big 2 next to it. So it's the Joy-Con logo, a 2 next to it, and then underneath it, Nintendo Switch in the same font that we have now. So there we freaking go. That's what you have here. You have a Switch 2 image, it appears, and you have a leaked dock picture. I mean, there's a lot to go off of here, and there's a lot of thoughts in play. We had a horizontally flipped Switch picture, and we had a dock leak, and we had the Switch 2 logo leak. And I hope that all made sense to you. It's all being covered on Twitter, if you want to go look there. But now we get to, do I believe this? You're listening to the Mario Matter. You're listening to EmSwizzle. You want to know if I believe this is real. And I'll tell you right now, I do believe this is legit. Because there's a lot of people online saying, oh, it's fake, the fake backgrounds, everything just looks fake, AI made. As somebody who experiments a lot with AI images, not for my content or anything, but just like in general, like photoshopping things, I would honestly believe some of these backgrounds may be AI generated, especially that hand there that is holding the Switch 2. But it's impossible to say. I think that the model that he's holding is real. That is what the Switch 2 looks like, I would bet. And that is also what I would bet the dock looks like. I think this is all real stuff. Whether the backgrounds are fake, one isn't very even relevant, should I say. But it doesn't matter. We're looking at the actual product here. I think it's all real. I think it's all real. It looks like what we've been seeing for the past few weeks. You know, we heard a U-shape kickstand. We heard how the Joy-Cons will attach via magnet. Things like that. We had heard about how the dock will not cover the entire screen, and that's what this dock looks like. That is shown. There's a lot. Now, I also hear that there's some controversy with this whole thing. Like, not controversy as in, like, people not believing these images. Some other stuff with Mac and Next Hand. I wish everyone the best with all of the bad controversy that has come out of this. But I think these are all real. And this is our biggest Switch 2 leak yet. And I want everyone to tell me in the comments here. Do we believe this is real? I think it is. And that's all that we have there. I mean, listen. The Switch 2 was gonna leak eventually. We appear to be very, very close to the reveal trailer that is coming up possibly in January, before the end of March. It was gonna leak at some point, and somebody seems to have their hands on one now. I believe it, because it's pretty hard to fake this sort of thing, and if someone was gonna try to fake something, it would have happened by now. We would have known about it. This looks very real to me. So I'll stop saying, oh, this looks very, very real. And I will go ahead and leave you with this information. Do we think it is real? I think so. I wish I could talk more about this, but I kind of went over all of it. It's just interesting stuff. So I wish everyone the best with all the controversy involved. But that is what we have. It's going to be important to keep an eye on Next Handheld in the future to see what they do, to see if they give us any more, information. And there we go. That is the big old rumor. But folks, it is now time to get to your favorite segment of the week, the question block segment, where I answer your questions you have asked me. Let's go ahead and let's freaking get to it. Welcome to the question block, folks. Hit the question block. Ding! It is time to answer your questions that you have asked me. I take questions every week. If you subscribe to my main channel, EmSwizzle, you will not miss it. I post on the community tab once a week. And also, if you don't want to wait for me to post asking for questions, you can leave questions in the Discord server, link down below, and you can ask questions in the podcast questions Discord channel. What a mouthful. Let's go ahead and get to our questions. The first question comes from some random person guy, 1822, that is their username, and they ask, if you were in charge of the next 3 Nintendo games, what would you make? Okay, well, you're asking me. I would make Animal Crossing the sequel, like to New Horizons. I would make the one after that, and I would make the one after that. I'm kidding. But let's be real. So, first of all, new Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is my favorite series, for those who do not know. So I would make the next Animal Crossing, which they're already making that game, but I would, actually release it. So release the next Animal Crossing. I would make... What's a game that I really want that is not Animal Crossing? I want a well-done, a very intense, very full, very community interactive Tomodachi Life 2. And I would, and by the way, that's a basic answer, Tomodachi Life 2. I know everyone wants that, but I want like a full-on, crazy interactive, so much to do Tomodachi Life. Not a low-effort thing. So I want those 2 games, and I think, honestly, I'm not trying to, like, be annoying by saying Animal Crossing. I seriously would want nothing more for the Nintendo Switch right now than any other game than an Animal Crossing collection of Animal Crossing GameCube, Animal Crossing City Folk, and Animal Crossing New Leaf, all HDified. I want no other game for the Nintendo Switch right now. Screw your Mario Odyssey 2. Screw your Switch Sports Resort. Screw your Pikmin 5. No. Give me all those games HDified. That's my 3 choices there. Well, you said next 3 Nintendo games. I gave you like 5 because of the collection. That's all one game. New Leaf, City Folk, Animal Crossing 1. All in one bundle. That would sell crazy too. I don't know why they don't do it. But next, Mr. Bob0R asks, what console do you play on the most during your free time? Yeah, so it's nothing retro. I don't do any retro, so it would either be the Xbox Series or the Nintendo Switch. By the way, sorry, I do play retro stuff, like, you know, I wouldn't call Wii games retro, but I play those here and there. I play GameCube, I play, you know, all the older Game Boy, stuff like that. But I play most things recently. As of late, it's been on the Xbox. I've been playing Madden. I've been playing the new FIFA games, or should I say, hold on, let me get my nerd glasses on. EA Sports FC 25. I've been playing that as well. I've been playing UFC 5 is always in the basically every single sports game except for NHL and MLB and the golfing ones. So I guess not every sports game, but you know, Madden, UFC, FIFA, those have all been in the mix as of late. But I would say if you talk to me most times of the year, like most days of the year, I would tell you the answer is Nintendo Switch. But as of late, you caught me at a bad time. It's been mostly Xbox. I think, I think I want to get a PlayStation 5 for Astrobot. And I think I am doing it. But something about me, like, feels guilty for buying a PS5. Because, like, there's not many exclusives, you know? And if you have an Xbox, like, you can play 98% of the games on Xbox on PS5. But, dude, my Xbox is digital. It's a Series S. By the way, we have a question, coming up about that in a minute. I want the PS5 disc thing so I can collect physical PS5 games and, get out of this digital cycle. I don't know. I probably wouldn't do it if I had a physical Xbox Series X, but yeah, I think I want to get a PS5 at some point. So please, I say that to say, comment down below your PS5 game recommendations. I know Astrobot, I want. Of course, it's on Xbox too, but I would want the new Call of Duty. I heard it that it's not terrible. Maybe I've heard like from the wrong sources. I've heard that, but I don't know. And then whatever else comes out on PS5, I'd want to try. But yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I think I might do it today. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm an impatient Ian. What's a good I name? Impatient Impa. That's who I am. So I might go to Target later and see what's up. But yeah, comment down below your PS5 recommendations, folks. Next, we have T-Rex Gamer asking, what would be an obscure Mario game you would like to see on the next console? It could be a current obscure series, or it could be a brand new one. Personally, we need Mario Baseball back. Mario Baseball would be dope. And I think I fall in a similar line of thought as you. I think I would say not Mario well, I mean, it could be, but I would say Mario Sports Mix, but for the Switch too. So on the Wii, Nintendo had a game called Mario Sports Mix. Basically, it was, let's see if I can get it right. It was hockey, it was basketball, it was dodgeball, and volleyball. I believe were the 4 sports in Mario Sports Mix on the Wii. And that game, just a big old sports collection. That game was fire. Very fire. It was a great game. Then they tried to have lightning strike twice, and they made Mario Sports Superstars on the 3DS. Wasn't as good, but I want them to try it again with the Switch 2. I mean, bro, you freaking, it's not Nintendo's choice, but they canceled Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Sega did. You gotta give us something to supplement the lack of Mario Sports. I would say give us Mario Sports Mix too, or Mario Sports Clash, or whatever you want to name it. Give us that again. I'd be very, very happy. A new Mario Sports series would be, I mean a Mario series, not sports, but like in general, that would be a great refresh too. I'll take anything. I'll take whatever. Then Kai N7W asks the question that I was foreshadowing previously. Do you like the digital-only consoles? Honestly, I don't. Which contradicts myself, because I have an Xbox Series S, a digital-only console. Why did I want that console? Because it was cheaper. It was $100 cheaper than the Xbox Series X. And so stupid me, being a physical game collector, said, yeah, let's get the Series S because it is cheaper after all. I regret it deeply because now all my games are digital. But you know what? It'll be fine. I'll get a PS5 and just buy all the games that I have now when they're like $4. So like, bro, when FIFA 25, Madden 25, UFC 5 are all like $4, I'll buy them for the PS5 so that I can then own those games physically at some point in time. So that all my games that I buy are not stuck on a digital console. I have the physical copy, just 10 years too late. So maybe I'll do one of those. I don't know. I am not in favor of the digital consoles, though. I don't like it, Sam. I am. I don't know why I have one. Well, I know why. It was cheaper, but I don't know why I followed through with it, I guess should be the explanation, So then we have Baseball Card 35YT asking, Happy Holidays, EmSwizzle. Thank you. Happy holidays to you, too. If you got any games for Christmas, which ones did you get? Yeah, so I got a few games for Christmas. Number 1, my favorite, I got Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which I had been playing on the Game Boy Advance Switch Online until I determined, bro, I am so bad with playing any Game Boy Advance games, I cannot deal with the graphics. Now, that's a total me problem. Let me know if you can relate, but I cannot get into a game that has, Game Boy graphics. And that's such a weird problem because, graphics shouldn't deter you from enjoying a game. But, bro, I'm already so much more... Sorry, I didn't even specify. The 3DS remake version of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. So, bro, I started playing it on the 3DS. I'm already way more invested in the remade version of this game. I can't get into, Game Boy Advance graphic 20-hour games. I just can't. Back in the day, you had no choice. But nowadays, when I have a choice, I would go for the 3DS version. So that's what I'm doing. I got that game. I got Bear and Breakfast for Nintendo Switch. That is a cozy game. I couldn't tell you what it's about because I have not played it yet, but I did get that. Weirdly enough, I asked for this. I got Star Fox Guard for the Wii U. I have Star Fox, what's it called? Zero? Something? For the Wii U. I did not have Star Fox Guard. I got that. And then finally, my brother got me 2 winter-themed Wii games, which is very, very fun. Because he works at a store, and I went to that store and bought a snowboarding game with his employee discount. And so I think he figured that I liked those games. So then, and that was 3 days before Christmas. And then so he got me 2 more winter games for the Wii. I believe it's Wii Ski, that like kid-looking one, and Winter Stars, Winter Sports, something like that. It's made or it's published by Destineer. So if you want to look that up, you are more than welcome to. But yeah, overall success. People are going to ask, so I'll go ahead and address it. This ring on the finger, no, I'm not married. It is an Aura ring. I did get that. Just because I know people are going to... When I wore this white ring on the podcast. I'm not sure if you all noticed. People were asking me, like, is bro married? No. What? I'm 18, first of all. I just turned 18. I'm not married. And I would not wear a wedding ring on the index finger. Aura wants you to wear these rings on the index finger, so I am. But yeah, no, I'm not married. So just to clear up the rumors there, I'm not married. This tracks your sleep. This tracks your health. This tracks good stuff. So I am happy. I'm happy with that. So very cool things. I'm not married. And Tangy Langy, final question, asks non-Nintendo question. What is your craziest severe weather story? Okay, everyone strap in, folks. So I don't have one. But I'll give you my next best thing, okay? So I was in school. I was in 4th grade, and we were eating lunch. You know, it was any other day. There was no warnings of this happening. There was no, or we didn't know about it anyway. There was no bad weather incoming, no hurricane Milton, nothing, right? So we're in lunch. It's 4th grade. So I'm like, what, 10 years old? And all of a sudden, we're leaving lunch. We are lined up to leave lunch. We are waiting for our teacher to come and get us because that's how 4th grade works. And all of a sudden, we open the lunchroom door and this gigantic just gust of wind comes through. I don't know what happened or why it came in the lunchroom. I don't know because, you know, there's a door to the lunchroom, but the next closest door after that is like, I don't know, 35, 40 feet. So it's kind of weird that this huge gust came into the lunchroom. So it comes in. We have this tall flag in the lunchroom that gets almost knocked over because of how strong this gust of wind is. And so my friend who's in 4th grade somehow manages to like not have the flag tip over and like holds it steady. By the way, this is just the beginning. So then, all of a sudden, we're in tornado watch warning lockdown or whatever. So we all start going to this hallway, and as they teach you, if you all, you know, have done tornado drills in school before, if they haven't changed it, what you do is you go up to a wall and you put your head down and like tuck your head in by like putting your hands on the back of your head, and you like tuck your head down, which I guess would somehow prevent you from getting attacked by a tornado. I don't know. So we're sitting there, head down, tucked next to all my classmates. I'm 10 years old. I'm thinking that we could die at any second. There's girls crying. I mean, like, this is just terrible. Little did anybody know, this tornado was like, I guess, I don't know, nowhere near us. Like, we're doing this for nothing. It was what, 2017 maybe this happened. It wasn't very serious. It was never near our school, but I guess we just have to do it because it's a tornado in the state. I don't even know if it was a tornado. Was it a warning? I don't even know. I have no idea. But basically, I wasn't crying, but I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, I'm like kind of freaking out, like low-key freaking out. So we're there for like 40 minutes. Nothing happens. We go back to class, and yeah, I mean, just a waste of 40 minutes. But honestly, I didn't mind it because I didn't have to do schoolwork. Just a weird weather story. Apart from that, nothing. There was an earthquake at a beach house that we were at one time when I was like 3, so I wouldn't recall it. It wasn't huge. It just like shook the ground for like 5 seconds. But I didn't feel it because I was 3. I don't remember this sort of stuff. that's it. I don't have many crazy weather stories, but comment down below your craziest as long as it ended happy. I'm sorry if you were in one that didn't end happy. I sincerely apologize. But folks, that is it for the Mario Matter. Time to stop rambling about tornadoes and earthquakes. Didn't think that we would get there today, but thank you all sincerely for listening, for tuning in, for subscribing. We're going to get back on the guest train. We have a guest, I believe, next week. We have a guest, I believe, the week after that. And then hopefully the week after that, we have a guest. I'm just doing more solo stuff around this time of year because so many people are not available, can't come on the podcast because they're traveling or they're, hanging with family. It's all winter break. I don't want to disturb people. It's just a lot going on. So solo for the end of the year. January, we'll pick back up on the guest train. And yeah, this is the final episode of 2024. I want to say something here. This is, we did not miss one episode this whole year. 52 weeks, 52 episodes. If there's a Nintendo podcast that you can count on, it is this one. Through the 3 sore throats that I had this year, which is it's not very many, but it's some obstacles in the way. Through motivation problems that I did not have. Through it all, we managed to put out an episode once a week, every single Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Never late, never delayed. I mean, if what you want is a consistent Nintendo podcast, we nail that for you every Saturday. Folks, that is it. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for your support this year. And I will not be doing any more podcasts for one whole year. That's going to be insane. Get it? Because, 2025 is in, 3 days, 4 days. I'm hilarious. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in and have a great Happy New Year. Adios, folks.